AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Pockets full of hunters. Yeah. Yeah. Josh Hart. Yeah. Josh Hart. Josh Hart. Go boy, keep fronting on him.
Trailblazers, bro.
Josh Hart. What you talking about? Big Knicks. Big fucking tricks. Huh?
Oh, Mo, the beautiful, the sexy, exquisite thing, the elegant, just Big Mo was in the building. What up, Mo?
I don't know if you got a jump in and out. Oh boy, we got the fuzzy wuzzy going on, man. Did I see Cat get benched? Yeah, I think I seen him crying. I think he slammed something on the floor. You seen that? I want to get flagged early. I seen it on Twitter. Where was it at? Pockets full of hunters. Pockets full of hunters. We wonder, why would I show that? Why would I even show that? I was about to show you Carl Anthony Towns flipping out on the bench. For what reason? Who cares? Who cares? Pockets full of hunters. Cat hater salute. My boys are walking double-double and y'all want an AD. Hey, listen. Y'all is a lot of people. Did not want AD. Ever. There goes your man right here who want an AD. Pockets full of hunters. Huh? They calling you out, old boy.
Please.
What?
I ain't even think about that. How I look now?
Perfecto. Perfecto. Huh?
Ball suckers.
Always in a good mood when we win. Well, not always. That's a lie. Sometimes I might flip out. We don't care if we win sometimes. We're going to critique your ass. But not today. We light. Had Denny looking like fool's gold out there. Balky ball Takamis. Fuck out of here. This ain't Meepos. Come on, baby Bumble. You know that means we won if we in a good mood. By we mean the Knicks.
KNICKS REHAB.
KNICKS REHAB, y'all. Oh boy, we in the building.
Before you get started, can I just give a big shout out to the city of Philadelphia? Pack them bum ass niggas up. Pack the whole city of Philly up. And you know what? Cam Newton was correct. Jalen Hurts ain't top 10 quarterback. They're low-key trash. Big shout out to the city of Philly losing to the 49ers today. Y'all know how New Yorkers, we feel about them Eagles. Go to hell. Salute to y'all not going back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Beautiful day today. That's all I'm going to do. Thank you.
Pockets full of hunters. Thought you said something happened to 76ers or something, because I, sound like Philly ain't got no heart. Ain't got no heart. We got heart on this side now, old boy. Yeah. Josh Hart. He came back. Big difference?
Yeah, I have to admit that.
Josh Hart came back. Huh? Big magic. Big tricks. Big Knicks. Big win. Over them Blazers. Beating down Balky and them, huh? 123-114. The New York Knickerbockers look like they got some stride to their step now, man. You see it. Josh Hart, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 3 or 5 from 3. They had Donovan clinging on him, disrespecting him, back just dropping off of him. He said, what? I'm going to take these threes real quick. He scored 8 points early in the first quarter, not playing any games. Huh? 24 points for OG Anunoby. Stellar game. Stellar game from OG. Huh? Going crazy. 24 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. So yeah, he had a steal. Major a transition basket. He's going crazy, just yamming the ball out there. 20 points for Carl Towns, -3 in the plus minus. He looked great in the first half though, even though he was in foul trouble. I think I should say he was playmaking a lot. We'll get to him in a second. 18 points from Mikal Bridges, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. Better performance than the norm. Missed a lot of shots though that I thought he could have made. 26 points from the captain in 36 minutes of action. 10 and 19 from the field, 3 and 9 from 3. 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 turnovers though, 1 steal. Could have done. Seeing you trying to close out late again with a late turnover, but Nick stepped it up against these bum ass Blazers. 8 points for Deuce McBride off the bench, 35 minutes. Whew, a lot of minutes there for a 6-man. 6 points for Mitchell Robinson, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 steals. But you see the 6 points. Got a pass from Cat. They whipped the ball around, I think, twice, and Cat gave him an assist 2 times. 2 times he dumped it off to him. When he gets involved, or ball called it, he's a different man. That ain't never changed in this league. Feed the beast. The Aurora played 2 minutes. Somebody got to ask Mike Brown what's going on, man. Downtown Brown, what's going on? The Aurora, he's on ice for what reason? Jordan Clarkson, 3 points. He had that 1 3-point shot. Had a bad turnover, more or less going herky-jerky, going bananas. Tyler Kolek did not play. I repeat, Tyler Kolek did not play. Another defensive physical team that might have been licking their chops for Kolek. On the Portland side, I see Kamara kind of quiet. I didn't see him too much on Brunson. Maybe he was. I just didn't pay attention because Brunson was getting him up out of there. 6 rebounds for him, along with the 11 assists. 11 points. 8 points for Donovan Clingan. He was out-muscled in there, all ball. Mitchell Robinson wasn't playing any games. Even Cat, they did a good job on Donovan Clingan, the big man over there who's been a beast on the boards. He had 4 offensive rebounds, though. That had to have come in the second half. He might have had 1 offensive rebound in the first half. We were doing our thing on him. 23 points for Shaden Sharp. Kid is getting more crisp in his game. 6 rebounds for him. 25 points for Denny Advia, who got hurt. I think he hurt his back or something late in the game. He couldn't close out. We kept him off the free throw. It was 10 free throws again. He still gets his 10 free throw shots. God damn. I thought we kept him off a little bit, man. 8 of 17, 1 of 5 from the field. He still has to sharpen his game up a little bit if he wants to be in the MVP conversation, like they're trying to make him out to be at this point. 5 turnovers, a lot of turnovers for him. You can see him trying to flail for them calls. 21 points for Caleb Love off the bench. 12 for Robert Williams. You should have heard Flea going crazy, talking about, oh, you thought he was washed up? Like, whatever. Did they say this was Drew Holiday's first game back for the season?
Don't get me the line. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they said. 8 points for him. He looked like he just came back a little rusty. Let's go to the game charts. As you can see here, Knicks pretty much in control to that fourth quarter. Some lapses there. First half, some lapses as well. But that big third quarter, that's big trouble for the Knicks. Not against these bum Blazers. Biggest lead that the Knicks had was 11. We led the team, the score with that, the game in that. 19 lead changes. The game was tied 9 times. Come on now. A lot of work to be done here because they're the Blazers, but supposed to put, show out. Of course, the Knicks won 123, 114. We out-rebounded them 151-47. That's key because Portland is a big offensive rebounding team. 32 to 24 in assists. The Knicks were getting that rock off. 11 to 9, we got the steals battles. 7 to 6, we won the block battle. 12 to 15, we won the turnover battle. 50 to 47%, we shot. The Blazers did 37% from 3. We shot 30% from the Blazers is what they shot from 3. It looked like they shot less than that. 88% from the free throw line, the Blazers shot, and we shot 75%. Carl Towns, a little uncharacteristic, missed a couple of free throws. Could have sworn he only missed 1 a technical, but his shot was just off. He had 2 of 3 from 3. I don't know. Cat just felt like he was trying to get into a rhythm. Maybe I'm bugging. All ball, but back on track, huh? What's going on, y'all, boy? How are we feeling after this game?
I mean, I'm just looking for the talent that y'all said Cat had. Looking for all that talent. I mean, I'm just I'm almost over us until we start beating good teams on a consistent basis. I'm not going to sit up here and go berserk. It was the Portland Trail Blazers. It definitely was a much needed win. As y'all see, Mike Brown coached with desperation. No Polick. He didn't go deep into the bench. No McCullough. I don't know how to pronounce the young man's
McCullough,
name.
Kevin McCullough.
Right. Like you said, Diawara, 2 minutes. So Mike Brown made it clear that we have to get this win. Because if you go back to back losses on the road to two teams that you should have beaten, Mike Brown, I think, the basketball world, the Knicks fans, the front office, Mike Brown is starting to feel some heat. So I think tonight he just said, yo, I gotta win the ball game. So for me, I'm not excited. I'm just happy that we got the win, but the game was too close. I text Shaw on the foot. Game was too close. And what's the young man name? I can't pronounce his name. He got injured at the end.
Denny Advia.
Avia. Luckily, he went down.
Mm.
We still probably would have won the game, but we went off and just started playing some great defense and just got in transition, knocked down some big threes. But let's be realistic. The game was too close for it to be the Portland Trailblazers. So I don't know how any Knicks fan can be happy about tonight. Yes, we can be happy about the win, but we still have some problems. But tonight, we play best when we mix it up. Transition points, points in the paint. We don't live and die by the three. The ball is being shared. To me, the stat of the night is Brunson 8 assists, moving the ball, getting the ball out your hands, the hockey assists, and guys knocking down shots. I don't care how many assists, how many points no one has. If you're not knocking down shots, you're not going to win the ball game. So we see OG knock down some big threes. We see Mikal Bridges knock down a big three. We see guys knock down shots. Who started off terrible early, but he knocked down a three. So, for me, for us to be successful, the way we play tonight is how we have to play. Everybody has to get involved. Now, Josh Hart being back tonight was a big boost, just his energy. Just him getting the ball and just going downhill and just with all the effort, right? But let's I hope people don't ignore the elephant in the room. Somebody wasn't in the game down the stretch. A guy with all the talent. I'm gonna say it again. Somebody wasn't in the game down the stretch. And this is not the first time we see.
Some of you guys mentioned it in the comments. It's a big factor. We saw Karl Anthony Towns going crazy on the sideline when he got benched in the first quarter. I don't want to say anything, you know, surprising to be honest. Brunson and Cat can't be on the court together when it matters most. And we've been talking about it. We've been talking about it. Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. Who's more valuable down the stretch? The rebounder, guy who can still score. But Karl Anthony Towns, is he really dominant when it matters most? Can you count on him when it matters most? I believe that's what AllBall's point is. Can we count on Karl Anthony Towns when it matters?
I'm sorry about that. Got a call, but yeah, just I'm just starting to just want to have honest basketball talk about our Knicks. I'm tired of just playing games, and it's not fun anymore. We supposed to be by far the best team in the East, and tonight, going up against the Blazers, which is a bad team, and they just hung in there. And what I said earlier, listen, Wingstop offensively was good tonight, but it's the same thing defensively, Fabian. They can't stop nobody. Once again, guys having career nights against the Knicks. It's just a fact. This game was too close. This should have been a blowout. When you're not able to play the young guys and get them some type of minutes against the Portland Trail Blazers, that shows you the desperation to win the ball game tonight. That is a problem. And when your second best player, some people think he's the best player, when he can't be in the game down the stretch, that is a problem. Fabian, I said this a couple of Knicks rehabs ago. I said, that's going to work against bad teams. Y'all can go see the footage. I said, Cat and Brunson not being able to be on the floor at the same time, that will work against bad teams. Tonight, the Portland Trailblazers. But when you play against the good teams, how can you not have your two best players on the floor at the same time? We have a major problem. We have a major problem. But tonight, what I seen is Josh Hart's energy infectious. It just seems like from tip, everybody just had energy. Everybody had a little pep in their step, right? And you don't realize how much you miss a Josh Hart. But at the same time, our guys got to be held accountable. Listen, man, it was against the Portland Trailblazers. Where was this energy? Where was all of this against the Phoenix Suns? Right? So I think, Mike Brown, listen, man, he got a long season ahead of him. And I wanna hear what Cat has to say about not being in the game down the stretch. I want to hear what he's at. Well, when the reporters question him and ask him, or I want to hear Mike Brown's excuse. Why wasn't Cat in the game down the stretch? I keep saying it, Fabian. The reason why he doesn't get all the touches is because he can't stay on the floor. We watched the silly fouls. It was a play where Josh Hart got the block and him and OG just watched the ball. I'm like, the ball is right there, go get it. It dropped. Portland Trailblazer got it. Cat fouled him and won. Fabian, love Tory B. I know people saying Cat for clicks. How long can we defend Cat? If we are all watching the game, how long can we defend Cat? For me, I'm not going to kick Cat in the back. Matter of fact, yes, I am. I keep telling y'all, he has to go. This talent that everybody sees, I don't see it anymore. Okay, maybe 10 years ago, maybe 2, 3 seasons ago, maybe last season. This season, I don't see it. And maybe it's because he's unhappy. But tonight, I watched us look very good down the stretch, especially defensively. I watched us have energy, effort, going after loose balls, going after blocks, rebounding. Mitch, great. And we getting down in transition, knocking down transition threes, all with Cat off the floor. I'm gonna be honest, Fabian. I don't think Cat is happy about that. And I think this is going to be the start of some rumblings, him not being happy and maybe him being moved. But big win tonight.
We're stuck on that. Like it's always going to be there now. Cat didn't know what he was getting himself into in New York. It was a lot. The honeymoon phase was a long time. Now we're in the thick of things. You saw why Julius Randle said he didn't want to be here.
Good point.
So dealing with these rumors and there's the New York lifestyle, the New York media, at some point you got to be numb to it. I actually really like how Karl Anthony Towns played for the most part. Just the foul trouble when they benched him was a good reason to bench him. The passing was great when he was in the dunker spot was great. We rarely see him there, and we have to force feed him the ball in those spots. The one thing I did hate was when he drove and he still the ball. Denny smacked the ball off of his hands, off of Cat's hands, and went out of bounds. Again, if you're driving right, there's no he's not stopping in his most with the advantage. You stop there. You got the advantage with Denny. Denny can't guard you, and he had some big rebounds this game. Great block on Drew Holiday. He just got back in shape. Was trying to get into shape. Karl Anthony Towns shot 2 or 3 from 3. I didn't even realize it. I don't think he's having a great game to get a win, and you're not even impressed by Karl Anthony Towns. That's what I'm impressed by, because you've been shitting on Josh Hart for how long? Josh Hart. He is the heart. You hate Draymond Green. I get it. But they showed it. The offensive rating and defensive rating with and without Josh Hart. We are 19, 20 and 11 now with Josh Hart in the game. With the Knicks, they are 5-5 without him. 500 ball club. Not saying all of our defense still, because even with him there, that is not championship style defense. But he's gonna help us get motivated on that court. Karl Anthony Towns, not saying it to take your foot off his neck, because I'm watching him now too. But he didn't play a bad game today. And we've been talking about this. Down the stretch, it just might have to be one of those guys sit down, Brunson or Cat. We didn't want Jalen Brunson to come back against the Pacers. We were up 17 with 4 minutes to go. Karl-Anthony Towns was on that court. Before they came back against Cleveland on Christmas Day in that fourth quarter, Karl-Anthony Towns was on that court without Brunson, and they came back, scored 17 straight on Cleveland in that second quarter. There are times and there are things that, and Kohler didn't even play tonight. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if he's resting. I don't know what they're doing over there. But we know that's a great running mate for Karl-Anthony Towns in this game. Maybe he was missing him, another passer. So I don't think today is really the time to criticize Karl-Anthony Towns as much as it is Mike Brown starting to realize these rotations, a little confused by that, not understanding that. I don't get this. At some point, Mikhail, one of them, they're gonna say something to him, AllBall. I see you making faces. What happened? What
Yeah,
happened,
but,
AllBall?
but because you saying, this shouldn't be a night we should critique or talk about Carl Anthony Towns. And how could you say that when he wasn't in the game down the stretch? Your second best player, the guy with all the talent that you and Fabian talked about. And look how good we look, a la, even though it's against the Portland Trailblazers. That's why I'm not sitting up here bragging and boasting and going crazy. But you telling me Cat couldn't be in the game down the stretch against the Portland Trailblazers?
I mean, it's an up and down team. You're not
Is
even,
that not a
but,
problem?
but you're not even giving Portland credit. They beat OK. They didn't just beat OKC. Like they beat teams. They stay in ball games. They've been doing this for years. It's just that now they gotten better. Then he's coming to a head, like you said. He didn't even play down the stretch. So who's to say if he was still in the game that he would have brought Cat in there? Not sure. But I can't critique that when we both know we don't want them on the court together when it matters most. Even if it's the first quarter, we'll be like, yo, if the other team is on fire, sit one of them down because we ain't playing no defense. So why would we do that at any given time in the game? The most important time is if we got the lead, we're trying to get the lead and close this thing out, whatever the scenario might be in crunch time. If it's Brunson or Cat, we have to get the ball moving around. Maybe we need to sit Brunson down so he could watch. Like that's going to be the time where I want to be impressed. When Mike Brown says, "You know what, Jalen, go watch Cat. He's on fire tonight. Fuck it. You the captain. I can't be mad at Cat if he was benched. If he comes out and he starts bitching about this, then Houston, we got a problem. That's when I'm gonna have an issue because you are not Shaq. You ain't no MVP. You ain't none of that to be talking like that. I know DeAndre Ayton said that, but to come out and make some noise like that, you will have to come out and play some sort of defense with Brunson on the court in the first three quarters of the next couple of games for me to give a fuck about you not playing in any game down the stretch when I know your ass, slow-footed ass, might mess this up.
Well, I did last season. It's looking like deja vu. There were games where Tom Thibodeau didn't have Cat in the game down the stretch. And Cat was very unhappy and complained. No matter how you feel about you saying who got Tom Thibodeau fired, Fabian, me and you can always disagree to that. You said it might have been Bridges. I don't think he has the cachet or enough to make that move. I think Carl Anthony Towns was the guy allegedly, because we got to be careful. But there were games where, like tonight, happened with him and Tibbs, and he complained to the front office, and Tom Thibodeau got fired. Now, Tom Thibodeau losing the first two games at home in the Eastern Conference didn't help him out. But then now you have a game like tonight where Mike Brown, exactly, bitch, the second best player, the highest paid player, the player with the most talent, the player that everybody thinks is going to get us over the hump and get us to a championship. This is going to be deja vu. And if Mike Brown isn't careful, when the season is over, either him or Cat is gone. Because now, if you can't play your guys down the stretch, what does that say about our ball club? And I'm going to say it again, against the Portland Trailblazers. Good young talent, but they're not a good basketball team. I don't care who they beat. They shouldn't beat us. So for us to have to give a big effort to beat the Portland Trailblazers, it shows you the type of ball club we have. We are in trouble. And if we're going to keep ignoring that, like I said, up here on KNICKS Rehab, we are just going to be 100% correct, 100% honest, and try to tell the truth. I am not happy with my Knicks right now. I'm just not. And for me, tonight was a must-needed win. If Mike Brown, listen, the way he coached this game tonight, the way Hart played all the minutes first game back, it goes to show you. Mike Brown said, no, no, no. We gotta win. I think he's on the hot seat. I think like I said, Tatum hurt, no Halliburton, Embiid's been injured, Paul George is not, who we think he is. And you still have all these teams not better than us, but right there with us. When we should be the clear-cut favorite, us in Detroit, and we struggling against bad teams. I think Mike Brown is starting to feel that heat in the kitchen. And I think tonight he said to himself, I don't care what nobody says or how nobody feels. I got to get this win tonight because if we lose tonight against Portland, he would be in very big trouble. But I think the elephant in the room is Anthony Towns. I don't know how anybody can ignore that. He did not play down the stretch against the Portland Trailblazers. This wasn't against OKC. This wasn't against Denver. This wasn't against Detroit. It's not like he was getting mad. It was like none of that. He had to sit on the bench and watch his team pull out a win against the Portland Trailblazers. Listen, if you I think right there tonight might have been a nail in the coffin. I think eventually Karl Anthony Towns will get traded.
So, but now because you're going with Mike Brown is on a hot seat,
Okay.
and if you do have Karl Anthony Towns trying to get rid of another coach, if this is the case, like I can't see that being the case, and it's all on them to really make him feel more comfortable. I just don't feel like you're giving the Blazers enough credit. They've been like I said, smacking some people around. Them kids, Drew Holiday's over there. They got rid of Chauncey Billups, but they're allowed to play their guys now more so than before. They were tanking. It came out in the Fed case. You seen that? Denny is not no joke. This kid is early in his early 20s. You were even saying if he played down the stretch, they will keep him in the game. All those guys, I mean, even Tom Lord came off the bench and hopped into a time machine for a second.
So can I ask you a question? If we name, let's say, the top 5 to 7 teams in the NBA today, right? You have Denver, OKC, you have Minnesota, you have Detroit. Oh, we can even go Philly. We can name maybe Boston, a couple other teams. No matter how bad the game is going, no matter what the score is, if it's a close game down the stretch, you think any of those teams would have their second best player on the bench against the Portland Trailblazers if the game is close?
I think that the good coaches do that. I think that when the great coaches make those kind of mistakes, that's when you lose. I think Eric Spoelstra would leave him on the bench. I think Joe Mazzulla's going to leave you on the bench. I think Steve Kerr, he ain't scared. I mean, what coach in their right mind? Rick Carlisle's putting you on the bench, bro.
Listen to what I'm saying, though. I'm not. You misunderstand what I'm saying because you said Cat had a decent game, right?
Right.
Right. So what I'm saying is, if OKC is playing and Williams is having a decent game, and against the Portland Trailblazers tonight, is Williams sitting on the bench? We have to stop ignoring it.
But you're also ignoring how crazy Mitchell Robinson was going. Like he was single-handedly taking them dudes out, and Klingen's a big boy. So
Understand what you're saying?
So for what? So why, if we're begging for Mike Brown to coach, why would we go against what was working when that's exactly what we hated about Tom Thibodeau, your dog? That's not the lineup that worked throughout the night. Forget about yesterday. Forget about the day before. Like you saying now, let's stay in the present. And today, presently, Karl Anthony Towns wasn't dominating like Mitchell Robinson out there. Mitchell Robinson was getting these guys up out of here. Only thing, you can't compare him to the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns, you got a veteran in Devin Booker who's been to the finals. You got Brooks out there who's a menace, and he got them turned up like that. But they're more led by their team. They can lead their teams. Poland ain't got them, no vet yet that could really lead them. Drew Holiday's just coming back from being hurt. So they don't even have their coaching situation down packed. Like Phoenix, they got a new coach this year, but Devin Booker's been there for years. He's been there before. this is a totally different organization who's up and coming, and the kids is rough. Them kids is rough. He didn't even play Kolick. Now, was that a coach's decision? He likes to play with Cat also. So these are two shots towards Cat. To your point, yo, Cat. Not only am I gonna bench you when you in the game, you ain't gonna get your running mate either. Am I gonna try this out? Like, is there a conspiracy against Cat? Maybe, but we got the win. We got the right lineups at the end of the game. Josh Hart got another steal, another rebound. Like, I can't be mad at Mike Brown making these decisions because I think championship coaches, they play chess out there. They don't get chess out the game.
Oh, good point. And I'm not mad at Mike Brown because remember what I always tell you. I want coaches to coach to win the ball game. I'm just explaining we have a problem and we can't ignore it. When your second best player can't be on the floor down the stretch, that is a problem. And I've been saying it. Mike Brown, this new system that he has, it doesn't complement Cat. So Cat is going to continue night in and night out to play upset, to be mad, and he's going to continue to do bonehead things on the court. Cat has to be moved. This system is not for him. It's just plain and simple. So for me, I'm just tired of ignoring that. Now, I give credit to the Portland Trailblazers, good young team. But still, when we're just better all around the board, the game shouldn't have been this close. But we came out in the third quarter, had a good third quarter, way better than what we normally have. And, down the stretch, like I said, we just made the defensive plays. We made the 50-50 balls. We made the smart plays on the defensive end and got transition points. And, guys hit big shots. So that's what I'm more happy about. Like I said, that was the difference between the Phoenix game and tonight. Phoenix, they guys hit shots. Guys hit tonight, guys hit shots. So and everybody got involved. It was a team effort. I think 5 players had 18 points or more. Look at the assist from Brunson, 8 assists. So, we have to continue to play basketball like this to be successful. But if our two best players can't be on the same page, if either one of them can't be in the game down the stretch for whatever reason, whether it's defensively, whether it's just mental breakdown and mistakes, turning the ball, whatever it is, that is not championship level basketball. And we have to fix that if we think we're going to win a championship.
Well, isn't that what you talked about earlier? where where the the villain himself, the lunatic, he's back at it. He has a message for Knicks fans. Apparently, going crazy, going bananas. Draymond Green got a message for Knicks fans.
People be like, yo, man, why you hate my Knicks? And I'd be like, yo, I don't hate your Knicks. I got no reason to hate your Knicks. Zero reasons to hate your Knicks. The New York Knicks has never done anything wrong to me. I have zero hate for the New York Knicks. None. Like the New York Knicks didn't affect my childhood. I don't have any reason at all to hate the New York Knicks. So to the New York Knicks fans out there, I hate that when y'all win a playoff series, y'all celebrate like it's a championship and then expect y'all guys to go back out there after y'all just had a full championship parade on your own. I just don't know that the Knicks has a roster that's championship level. I know what a championship level roster look like, but I still think the New York Knicks are missing that one piece that makes you a championship team, and that's Kevin Durant, that's Steph Curry, that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that's LeBron James. Like, that is these, like, 1A, like, that bona fide 1A that, like, if I go here tomorrow, I'm 1A. If I go over there the next day, I'm 1A. If I go over there in 2 weeks, I am 1A. Until they have that, I just think it's going to be very tough to win a championship.
So Draymond Green, he's taking shots at Brunson, basically. Taking shots at Cat, definitely. Neither one are 1A to him. So, do you agree with that? Because you've been the Brunson stan, so proclaim.
Some of his points were correct when he says, he knows what it is to be around a championship team because he's a 4-time champion, been to the finals 6 or 7 times. So with that, he has the cachet to talk. But when he talks about, Let's break it down. Is Kevin Durant still a 1A? Houston ain't considered a championship contending team right now. Houston is losing a lot of bad ball games. And ever since Kevin Durant left Golden State, he's been being swept around and smacked around. So is Kevin Durant really still a 1A? Let's talk about LeBron James.
And
Is
hold
he
on, and Phoenix got better without him.
right now? Look, I ain't even go to Phoenix. I'm just saying Kevin Durant, since he's left Golden State, is he really a 1A? What team has he made championship contention? What team has he made better? What championship has he won since then? So miss me with that. Now, LeBron James, 1A where? You with Luka. Last year, you lost in the first round. But since you've been with the Lakers, you've been getting smacked around as well. No playoffs, sweat. So are y'all championship contention, the Lakers? No. Let's talk about Steph Curry. Ever since that championship from Boston, against Boston, what have y'all been doing? Now, I give him SGA. He didn't name Joker. So I give you he didn't name Giannis, right? So there is some 1As there. But miss me with Curry is not a 1A no more. Kevin Durant and LeBron, they're not. If you're a 1A, where's the championship? Where's any of that at? Where's the championship contention? When the season starts, nobody has Golden State going nowhere. Cut the jokes. If Curry, LeBron, or KD right now comes to the Knicks and they are in place of Jalen Brunson, are we a championship team?
If Steph Curry was
This
here,
team is constructed. Move Brunson, put Kevin Durant here. Are we a championship level team?
no,
Do the same thing with LeBron James.
no,
Do the same thing with Stephen Curry.
no.
All right then. Right then. Now, if he's talking about, when they were, then cool. But right now, stop it. Stop it. We can have the discussion if Brunson is 1A, 1B, B, I don't 2A, whatever. But miss me with that. He does have a point that he knows what it is to have a championship constructed team. And, we know now that we're not constructed as a championship team. We are missing a piece or two. We are. I don't think it's those guys. It missed me with that. And for me, it's still the light hate on the Knicks. It's definitely a jab at Cat or Jalen Brunson. But Draymond Green does have a point. As far as the Knicks and the fans and how we celebrate, that's just who we are as New Yorkers. So I'm not going to even on that. That's what we do. The type we win the game, I go berserk. If we'd have beat Detroit, I might have popped the bottle. Just how we are as New York fans. But Draymond Green does have a point, but the guys that he named, besides SGA, none of those guys are 1A anymore. Are they still good players? Are they still exciting players? Yes. Are they still fun to watch? Yes. But Curry, Kevin Durant, and LeBron right now, their teams are not championship contender teams. With them there now as being 1As. So Draymond Green missed me with that. You totally wrong when it comes to that.
I think so, except for pretty much agree with everything you said, except for Steph not being a 1A. He's a 1A. That he competes. He's still hitting crazy shots, just offensively. Defensively, what's he gonna do that's that much better than Brunson or worse than Brunson? I don't see that changing this team like that. But offensively, he would be amazing, obviously, with Mike Brown. Mike Brown knows the system. He knows what he needs around him. But the reason why they would suffer is because you don't have guys that can set screens for Steph Curry or Jalen Brunson right now. And Cat. That's been my problem with this team the last 2-3 years is when we lost iHeart, Randall, those are screen setters. They're gonna set the table for you. Randall used to bring up the ball plenty of times. We're missing that. So Steph Curry wouldn't, if you replace Brunson with Steph Curry, he doesn't replace that. You don't get two ball handlers out of nowhere. It's still one. If LeBron is here, it's still one. None of these guys really upgrade him. And you know how I feel about LeBron being a 1A the last 3 years. Kevin Durant, they're missing something over there in Houston. The Lakers are clearly missing something for championship contention. So I totally disagree with Draymond Green. He just wants the clicks. Definitely wants the clicks because his podcast is just a snooze fest without mentioning us, without, the antics, just like on the court. He does what he does. He tries to do what he does on the court in a podcast. And it's like, I never understood the point of it besides, hey, these guys aren't championship contenders because XYZ. It's like, all right, he did call out Cat though, and he did say something last year about Cat where it's like, yo, if he played that way all the time, the way he was up to play against me, the whole league would be terrified. That dude is mad strong. It's like it wasn't total hate. And I know he was throwing some shots at him when he said he was guarding Joker a certain way, and it was like, even that was far fetched because he locked Joker down in the playoffs. So we're not a championship team, but it doesn't have to do with Brunson, and it has to do with more with the fact about tonight where Mike Brown had the right lineups in at the end of a game and stuck with it with this team because this is regular season play. That's all we could do right now because the championship hopes for us is like we don't have them right now. We don't have the chemistry. We don't have a 1 through 4 quarters where we're just totally confident in our team throughout the whole season. Maybe there was 1 game or 2 games like that during the NBA Cup. The San Antonio comeback in the NBA Cup was amazing. So we're trying to get back to that, and we haven't figured out a way to do that. And Josh Hart coming back, he helps that. Josh Hart being compared to Draymond Green. So I think guys like that, I can't wait. This is what I want to see though. Upcoming is Golden State and Sacramento. Mike Brown played against these teams. I want to see him get more competitive against his former teams that dumped him. Golden State, why didn't they replace Steve Kerr with Mike Brown? I know it's far-fetched, but if you're that great, and they're seeing some chinks in Steve Kerr's armor, why didn't he stick around? I would look for a way to take it personal. And those are the things that Draymond Green, I think, is talking about. You guys don't take this thing personally enough. Because at the end of the day, that's the only reason why this guy stuck around in his league, Draymond Green, is taking things personally to another level.
Well, I mean, when Draymond Green talks, sometimes you got to listen. Like I said, he's a champion. He's a good player. I'm not a big fan of him, but like I said, he did make some good points. When you look at our team as constructed, the style of basketball we plays, it doesn't complement one of our best players, which is called Anthony Towns. And that is a big problem. And for me, I just feel like we just don't have enough talent. Our guys are not talented enough to compete against the better teams in the NBA. Now, of course, 1 game, anything can happen, right? But we're talking about a 7-game series. If we got to go up against a Detroit, a Philly, Boston, a OKC, a Denver, even a Minnesota, right? Do we have the personnel? And other NBA players, they see it. They go up against us. They know what it is. So when Draymond Green is going, they're missing that piece. Like you said, he's letting the league know y'all guys ain't got the guy. Which I disagree. I think Brunson is the guy. I think he's proved it for the 3 almost 4 seasons he's been here. Right?
Ooh, stay right there because he somehow gives Steph Curry a pass for that. When you had to go get Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Durant, you had to revamp your team so many times to go win a chip with Steph Curry because he doesn't play defense. So we're in a similar scenario. And currently, Mike Brown and them, the team finally had a team meeting, and they had to let Brunson know to get off the ball. And just now, James Edwards, a reporter for the Knicks, he just said Mike Brown said not closing with Cat was because he thought the groups out there were stringing together stops, rolling. He said he'll do that if it doesn't impact the guy's minutes too much. So I think Karl Anthony Towns was sitting on 27 minutes, 20 points, 11 rebounds. If he wanted him to stat stuff, he would let him back in the game. He didn't let Kolek play today. The Diawara minutes have been null and void, basically. He didn't play McCullough today. Yabusele, Huck Pauly, the list goes on. So as soon as Josh Hart comes back, we see more of a rotation tightening up. So I think Mike Brown has done a great job, or the team has done a great job of confronting the issue, which is Brunson got to get off the ball. But we have to see Cat dominate when Brunson's not on the court then. Because you got to make Brown's decision harder. So I think we both agree already they can't play during crunch time. Because if that means wins, then I'm okay with it. I'm definitely okay with it. Because tonight we won, and like he said, these rotations were getting stops. And with Anthony Towns, maybe we already know how he does. He had 4 fouls. It'll be like, damn, I don't want to ruin the momentum. So I think we're on the right track right now. Is a championship? I don't know. That's more will be determined.
Well, one thing we got to give Mike Brown props for is, he's doing something that Tibbs wasn't doing. He's actually giving guys enough rope to hang themselves. 40, Kolick, Diawara, McCullough.
Except Diawara. I don't. How do you feel about that? Because maybe I need another point of view here.
So I just have to be honest. I'm not as high on Diawara like y'all are. But I don't know. To be honest, it has to be something. I really can't put my finger on it. It may have to be something personal. I really don't know. It is weird though because a guy like Diawara, if he turns out to be what y'all think he is, then he needs to play. He's athletic, like you said, he has the height, and I see some skill set, but I don't know. And it's times I do the Diawara in the game, in certain spots. But let's be realistic. This season so far, Mike Brown has given damn near all of these young guys opportunities, and no one has been able to be consistent. Kolick is the only one that maybe for a couple games been consistent, but then he falls right back off.
But stay right there because that's what I think the only issue is I have with Mike Brown right now, besides the rotations, but he's part of that because if Diawara never showed a reason to be benched, I could understand if because Kolick, we saw he peaked, then he hit a wall. We saw that the league caught up to him. They get, like you said, they kind of Jeremy Lin you now. You a small dude, and the big bodies take advantage of that. Well, with Diawara, and when he hit like 4 threes in the game, like he was starting to get rolling. It just felt like I can't pinpoint a reason why besides contracts or they're trying to. I don't even know. Let somebody else play, they could trade him.
Or you got to remember, the coaching staff, they are right there. So they're seeing things that we're not seeing. So just think about how many missed assignments guys that you're seeing on the court, right? Remember, young guys have to almost be perfect to continue to get playing minutes and stay in the game. The big dogs, they can make mistakes. They got their contracts. They've been in the league years. So I just think Mike Brown is seeing things that we're not seeing and just probably going, hey, man, these guys aren't ready. And I have no problem with that. Like I told you, I like our guys, but listen, I'm watching around the league. How many guys are we watching that, are not level names, but they are very productive? When we played against Detroit, it was about 2, 3 guys that I'm going, who the hell is that? And they knocking down shots. They got energy. They playing defense. They're not missing their assignments. But then when you go to our guys, too many times I'm going, what the hell was that? So you got to remember the coaching staff, that's their job to watch everything. And I just feel, Mike Brown is giving these guys ample opportunities and they're not stepping up to the plate. So for me, I have no problem with that. It's just that how long before it turns into another Tom Thibodeau situation where now you're only going 6, 7 deep, and now guys are back to playing damn near 40 minutes just to win games like tonight. So I listen, we are in a very sticky situation. I don't know what the hell is going on right now, but we need some things that have to be fixed.
Got some videotape here, man. Got some videotape. Y'all ain't gonna like this. Mikal Bridges admits that he's Mr. Softy. I'm not pausing nothing. See, Mikal Bridges in this interview talks about being a #1 guy, dealing with #1 defenders versus lesser defenders.
On the scouting report, like, you're the guy. What has that been like? You know what I mean? Before, you're kind of, again, a role player, maybe the 3rd, 4th best defender.
Yeah.
What has it been like on offense now? Like, has it been like a completely different game for you a little bit, just out there trying to analyze what's going on?
It's fun. It actually is fun. Obviously, I miss having one of the weaker defenders on me. Because, you know, they don't give a damn on you. They tired because they just doing, I get wide open catch and shoots and back cuts. But no, I think it's fun. I think what really helps me is that I was a guy like defending you like in the playoffs. Like I know what defenders kind of think. And I know, like, I think I'm one of the best defenders. And I know, like, you, for example, you can't have your hand out there. And, you know, you get your hand out there, getting a foul. And that was like a big thing guarding people when I see even like really good defenders, like they try to get too aggressive. And I'm just like watching, like, bro, like, he's just going to, like, you, like, Harden and all you guys, like, as soon as you put your hand and touch them, it's over with. So now I'm taking that advantage. I know I'm like, these guys, they're going to be aggressive. I dare you. Like, I dare you to get your hand. Like, I'm taking a hit every single time. So it definitely is fun. But I think me being able to defend a lot, I kind of know what they're kind of thinking, and it kind of helps me a little bit. But it's definitely, I definitely miss the other side a little bit. But it's definitely challenging and, you know, make me get better. So
that was him being on the Nets and talking about dealing with number one defenders compared to the backup defenders. Oh boy, how you feel about that?
How about these guys that away from microphones? Stay away from microphones. What are you talking about? Like, let's be realistic. You're not one of the better defenders in the NBA. You're not. Do you make big stops sometimes? Yes. You're not. But to say that is just, bro, these dudes is crazy, man. These dudes just don't want no type of, they don't want no contact. They don't want no adversity. They don't want anything. They just want everything given to them. They want it to be sweet. They don't want nothing to be tough. And it shows on the court. He shies away from all contact. All contact. Like I told you, when he's at the free throw line shooting free throws after getting fouled, he fades away from that. Listen, being honest, like, I don't want to hear him, Josh Hart, and Jalen Brunson talk anymore. Because they just give out information that nobody needs to hear or know. It makes y'all look crazy sometimes. Listen, I just want our guys to toughen up and understand what it takes to win a championship. You guys are too cool, y'all too calm, y'all too nice. And it's like, yo, man, where's the dog at? Where's the dog at? When y'all talk, y'all sound sweet. I don't want to hear y'all talk unless it's toughness there. What do you mean you miss the lesser defenders guarding you? You're supposed to want the best night in and night out. What you talking about? Where I come from, we don't brag about busting somebody's ass that we know can't defend us. You get the props when you bust a nigga ass that you know is a good defender. Now, I don't want him. You guard me, nigga. That's where you get your props at. Listen, man, these new generation dudes, I can't stand them sometimes. But I don't like what he said right there. And for him to say, you know, when he got the ball now, he knows, and you don't do none of that. You don't do what James Harden and them guys do to get the contact and go to the free throw line. You don't do any of that. So it's just, listen, man. I'm just very disappointed in our guys. I think, you know, they have too much fun together. It's all fun and games. Like I said, they sticking thumbs. They saying dumb shit on platforms. It's just, I'm serious. Their friendship and the way they are, if I'm on that team, it'll irk me. It'll irk me. Seriously. And I think a guy like Cat, bring it full circle, I think it's irking him. And I'm starting to be over that shit. Let's win some ball games. Let's turn into the best team in the Eastern Conference, and let's go for a title. Because if we don't go at least to the championship or have a competitive 7-game series in the conference finals where every game is just a nail biter and a dogfight, then what are we doing? And they seem like they're not playing like that. They're playing like it's a given, like they just think automatically we're going to get there. I don't see no type of desperation. I don't see anything. Guys are just out there, just happy to be playing. And when we lose, nobody shows no fight. Nobody shows that they're angry. Nobody does anything. It's just whatever. Let's go to the next game. I'm starting to get sick of that.
I don't like it either. You know, I I get that people get deals with this too. 'Cause we see it now. A bunch of celebrities they doing podcasts, so-called celebrities doing podcasts, all up in the videos, all up in the songs. I get it. I don't like hearing Mikal Bridges saying that. Um, you want him to be competitive. You want them all to come out competitive like that. That's the number one critique we had about him is playing too finesse. I never liked anybody with talent that would like Vince Carter was famous for that. He would shoot a fade away from anywhere, from the from the dunker spot, from the dotted line, doesn't matter where it was. And you can't miss having the lesser defenders on you, and then you're playing night in, night out in New York currently, right now, the brightest of lights, and you have the third or fourth best defenders on you. That's the irony of what he said. You're back to that, and you're still not averaging 18, 20. And we need that from him. We need him to be aggressive. At this point, I know Flea always points to Trey Murphy with the Pelicans. He's lighting the ass like Bridges, but he don't play like that. This guy,
He's aggressive.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what team it's on. I think the Pelicans took him off the trade block. They announced that they're not trading anybody, apparently. But I want to see Mikal Bridges. I'm kind of through with the whole, he can't hit a jump shot from the wing. Like that top of the key is tough for him. If you're gonna be a shooter, you can't lack confidence in that. If you were so excited to play defenders who were lesser than the top tier, play like it. Like play like it. Cause now all that celebrating and the nosebleed stuff and the 3-point dance, like it's front running. And you called out Tibbs. So you shouldn't be mind being called out. I don't know if that was a real quote when he said, I don't pay attention to, with the New York and the draft picks and stuff. I don't control all that. It's like, bro, we wouldn't be talking about that if you played up to par. We just wouldn't. Highly touted dude, come out of college too. I think he was drafted like 18 or something like that. By Philly could have had him, but he's not a point of attack night in, night out guy on a night to night basis. And going back to Draymond's point, he wasn't just talking about offense. He's talking about defense too. He's disrespecting OG. He's disrespecting Mikal Bridges. Then they are not who we thought they were. OG's starting to come back to form. I know his play style. Mikal Bridges, at the very least, you were considered a top defender in the league when you were going to Brooklyn. Memphis offered 4 first-round draft picks to Phoenix before he went to Brooklyn. So, again, why aren't you picking anybody up 94 feet? I've seen dudes do it from time to time. I'm going to continue to stress that. If you're a top defender in the league, that's what you consider yourself. Then you take on them challenges. Lonzo Mourning was famous for getting dunked on because he tried. All them big-time centers back in the day, they were getting dunked on, but they were putting up blocks. All of Mookie Blaylock got crossed up on the perimeter, but he tried. So that's the part to me that was like, oh, damn, you're going to say that? You're going to tell me what it is to be a top defender and then not do what they do? Drew Holiday was picking you up 94 feet. Like we said before, Jaylen Brown picked up Luka 94 feet in the finals and won finals MVP. You don't get that without scoring. He did both. Derek White, he's picking you up 94 feet if they put the assignment on him. I don't know if that's Mike Brown's fault either. Yo, make these guys work for that check, man. You ain't scoring 20, go stop him from getting 20. Start there. Try to get them in an 8-second violation, or at least that shot clock should be at 17, 16 before they cross half court. Not 19 ever. Everybody in the league is starting to throw the ball past half court quickly. So if they're inbound on the ball at 94, go get them. That's the part to me that was disheartening about hearing that, man. Because offensively, you're gonna be shot from contact. You can't be shot from contact on the thing that you're known for, which is defense.
Great point. For me, just to bring it back, our Knicks, we are in a little bit of trouble. And we don't get it together quick. Like I said, it's going to look like last season where we look good against the bad teams, but against the good teams, we look average. Like I said, tonight, it took the effort of everybody to pull out this win. Now, of course, I'm going to take the win. It's on the road. We are a bad road team. for us to struggle against Portland, and for the best player to go down, for us to have a shot, listen, it just goes to show we are in trouble. And we have to make a move. Okay, if it's not Trey Cat or Brunson, cool. We ain't got to make a big splash, but we have to do something. Our bench, is not giving enough production. Like I said, Clarkson is up and down. We already know Yabusele is probably on the shit list. He probably not gonna never play again. So I just feel that we are in big trouble. And until we get it together, this is just going to continue to be a repeat of last season, where now you kind of got to look at not the coach. Jack said it a long time ago. It comes a point where this shit ain't got nothing to do with coaching. We on the floor. Get the job done. Get the job done. And you made a great point. Back in the days, guys, when they had on being able to defend, being able to stop. In today's game, it doesn't matter. The game is outscore you. That's it. Nobody cares if they man give them 40. Nobody cares. Back in that era, listen, people will be on your head, be on your top if you don't play no defense. That your guy gave you 40. We allowing average guys to bust our ass, let alone the superstars. So for me, listen, man, until guys dig deep, but also some type of high IQ when it comes to defense, because we have to be honest. Josh Hart, Anthony Towns, other guys, Polik, of course, Brunson. When you look at them on defense, they can't keep their hands to themselves. They don't know how to slide their feet correctly. They can't play defense. That's just the honest truth. Sometimes you see guys try to sneak that hand, like you're gonna foul. Don't even let him get the ball up. They don't even have a chance to get the air one. So listen, we have some problems that if we're gonna keep ignoring it, if we ain't gonna bring in some more ball handlers, maybe another one or two defender, we're gonna be in trouble. Now, if Mitchell Robinson can play like this every night, then some of our problems could be solved. But we know he can't. He can't play the minutes. He can't play the back-to-backs. Some games don't have the energy. He's fatigued. So once again, as important as Josh Hart is, Mitchell Robinson, if he can play at this level night in and night out, that would be the difference of us being championship contention and being a great defensive team. But we know he can't. So we got to try to find a way to solve these problems because we do not have the personnel on both ends of the floor to compete for a championship. It's just a fact.
And how, all ball and Mitchell Robinson connect. And his trainer did say that Mitchell Robinson needs the ball more so that he can, feel like he's a part of the game. And ever since then, anytime that happens, it feels like Mitchell Robinson is fired up. Does Cat need to do that? He needs his trainer to come out and make an IG post. Hey, you mentioned Yabusele, getting rid of him on the trade block officially. Mark Stein is reporting. The Knicks have made Gershon Yabusele available in trade talks as per Mark Stein. The Knicks entered Sunday's play at 6-7 since defeating San Antonio in the December 16th Cup final in Las Vegas. League sources say that Gershon Yabusele and Pakomi Dade are available before the February 5th trade deadline to potentially set the Knicks up to do some minor tweaking. So there's official news there about Gershon Yabusele, the Frenchman. And, great win, though, tonight. Great win. We came back. We've been struggling. We're now 7-7 since after the Cup. 1-0 since Josh Hart came back. Josh Hart. Really excited. Bad shooting game from Deuce, but he was still playing, still showed up. Where it mattered most, obviously, the rotations, we're starting to fill them out. But all ball. Next up. Who we got next up? Was it Kings? Kings on Wednesday night, Warriors on Thursday night. So we got a back-to-back.
Is that on the road? Any of those home?
They're both on the road before we come back to play Phoenix on Saturday. So you know what that means. We travel to the West Coast. At least we got this first victory. Got to sneak these 2 wins in here. I would suspect the kids are going to play. You know what I mean? Kids are going to play. And maybe against Sacramento. Why play, Sacramento with all your full starters and risk any injury when we got to play Golden State, who's a better team. And before we forget, the trade rumors are that the Golden State Warriors might get MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. from Brooklyn, possibly Keon Ellis from Sacramento, and they're going to ship Kuminga. So we'll see y'all, ball. We back in the mix. Y'all know what this was.
KNICKS Rehab.
KNICKS Rehab, y'all. Sugarman, I see you, Sugarman. He told, look, he's still on it, oh boy. Look, nobody want to be like Michael where I'm from. Just the niggas who bounce from a gun. Yeah, okay. He was also a Michael Jordan groupie. He called himself the Michael Jordan of rap. Mike Jordan. Outside Jay working. Don't overlook the other lyrics too, Suge. What up, though? In his corner boxing, go follow him. Go follow Sugarman too. He's a nut, but he shows love, man. Anybody that shows us love, we show them love. Everybody in the comments, appreciate y'all as always. Y'all could have been anywhere, but you came here with us. See y'all probably tomorrow. We do a reaction, and we are not staying up for no damn Sacramento and Warriors game. I will be getting my beauty rest. Peace. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.